Question 1. What does this road sign indicate? A. Yield to oncoming traffic. B. Proceed with caution. C. Stop completely before line. D. No entry. Answers is C. Stop completely before line. This sign is a regulatory stop sign. Drivers must come to a complete stop before the stop line, crosswalk or intersection, and only proceed when safe. Question 2. When approaching this sign, what must a driver do? A. Stop completely. B. Yield to traffic and pedestrians. C. Increase speed to merge. D. Proceed without stopping. Answers is B. Yield to traffic and pedestrians. This is a yield sign. Drivers must slow down, be prepared to stop, and yield to all traffic and pedestrians before proceeding. Question 3. What action is prohibited when you see this sign? A. Turning left. B. Overtaking other vehicles. C. U-turns. D. Entering the intersection. Answers is B. Overtaking other vehicles. This sign indicates no overtaking. Drivers are prohibited from passing other vehicles in this zone, usually due to safety concerns like limited visibility. Question 4. What is the primary purpose of this sign? A. Minimum speed limit. B. Maximum speed limit. C. Recommended speed. D. Speed camera ahead. Answers is B. Maximum speed limit. This is a regulatory sign indicating the maximum speed allowed in the area. Drivers must not exceed this posted speed limit for safety and legal compliance. Question 5. How should a driver navigate an intersection with this sign? A. Proceed clockwise. Yield to entry traffic. B. Stop before entering. C. Turn left only. D. Proceed straight only. Answers is A. Proceed clockwise. Yield to entry traffic. This sign indicates a roundabout. Drivers should enter only when safe, typically yielding to traffic already in the circle, and proceed in a direction. Question 6. When is it appropriate to use your vehicle's headlights? A. In heavy fog. B. When following another vehicle closely. C. On unlit roads when no oncoming traffic is present. D. Within city limits at night. Answers is C. On unlit roads when no oncoming traffic is present. Headlights should be used on unlit roads when there is no oncoming traffic or vehicles ahead to avoid dazzling other drivers. Switch to low beams when within 150 meters of an oncoming vehicle or 60 meters of a vehicle you are following. Question 7. What is the recommended following distance under ideal conditions? A. 1 second. B. 2 seconds. C. 3 car lengths. D. 4 seconds for large vehicles. Answers is B. 2 seconds. Under ideal conditions, a following distance provides enough time to react and stop safely. Increase this distance in poor weather or heavy traffic. Question 8. What does this sign warn drivers about? A. Children playing. B. School zone ahead. C. Pedestrian crossing ahead. D. Hospital zone. Answers is C. Pedestrian crossing ahead. This sign is a warning for a pedestrian crossing ahead. Drivers should be prepared to slow down or stop for pedestrians. Question 9. What does this sign indicate to drivers? A. Roadwork ahead. B. Uneven road surface. C. Lane closure. D. Detour ahead. Answers is A. Road work ahead. This sign warns drivers that there are road works ahead. Drivers should exercise caution, reduce speed, and be alert for workers or construction equipment. Question 10. What is the meaning of this regulatory sign? A. No stopping. B. No parking. C. Yield ahead. D. Bus stop. Answers is A. No stopping. This sign means no stopping. You cannot stop your vehicle in this area for any reason, even to pick up or drop off passengers, unless directed by a police officer. Question 11. What does this sign prohibit? A. No standing. B. No parking. C. No stopping. D. Restricted access. Answers is B. No parking. This sign means no parking. You may briefly stop to pick up or drop off passengers, but you cannot leave your vehicle unattended. Question 12. What does this information sign indicate? A. One-way street. B. Two-way traffic ahead. C. Merge left. D. No U-turn. Answers is A. One-way street. This sign indicates a one-way road. All traffic on this street moves in the same direction, reducing the risk of head-on collisions. Question 13. What is a driver's legal responsibility when involved in a collision? A. Drive away if no one is injured. B. Only report if damage exceeds a certain value. C. Stop, provide assistance and exchange info. D. Call a tow truck immediately. Answers is C. Stop, provide assistance and exchange info. In Canada, if you are involved in a collision, you must stop immediately, provide reasonable assistance to anyone injured, and exchange contact and insurance information with other parties involved. Report to police if or significant damage occurs. Question 14. What does this warning sign alert you to? A. Smooth road ahead. B. Uneven road surface. C. Road closed. D. Speed bump. Answers is B. Uneven road surface. This sign warns drivers of an uneven road surface ahead. You should slow down to maintain control and avoid damage to your vehicle. Question 15. What should you do when you see this sign? A. Accelerate to get through quickly. B. Change lanes immediately. C. Reduce speed and increase following distance. D. Turn on high beams. Answers is C. Reduce speed and increase following distance. This sign warns of a slippery road ahead. Drivers should reduce speed, avoid sudden braking or steering, and increase their following distance to maintain control. Question 16. What does a broken white line on the road mean? A. No passing allowed. B. Lane changes are permitted. C. A turn lane. D. Lane for emergency vehicles only. Answers is B. Lane changes are permitted. A broken white line separates lanes of traffic moving in the same direction and indicates that lane changes are permitted when safe to do so. Question 17. When parallel parking, how far can you be from the curb? A. 1 meter. B. 15 centimeters. C. 30 centimeters. D. No more than a wheel's width. Answers is B. 15 centimeters. When parallel parking, your vehicle must be no more than 15 centimeters, about 6 inches from the curb, to be parked legally. Question 18. What does this sign mean for commercial vehicles? A. Truck parking. B. No entry for goods vehicles. C. Truck route. D. Way station ahead. Answers is B, no entry for goods vehicles. This sign indicates no entry for goods vehicles trucks. Commercial vehicles are prohibited from entering the road or area beyond this sign. Question 19. What does this sign prohibit? A. Making a U-turn. B. Turning right. C. Making a left turn. D. Parking on the left. Answers is A. Making a U-turn. This sign indicates no. Drivers are prohibited from making a U-turn at this location due to safety or traffic flow reasons. Question 20. What should you do if your vehicle starts to hydroplane? A. Brake hard and steer sharply. B. Ease off accelerator, steer straight. C. Speed up to regain traction. D. Shift to neutral and coast. Answers is B. Ease off accelerator, steer straight. If your vehicle hydroplanes, ease off the accelerator and steer straight. Avoid sudden braking or steering until traction is regained. Do not make sudden moves. Question 21. What does a flashing yellow traffic light indicate? A. Stop and wait for green. B. Prepare to stop. C. Proceed with caution, yield if needed. D. Traffic signal is out of order. Answers is C. Proceed with caution, yield if needed. A flashing yellow light means drivers should proceed with caution and be prepared to stop or yield to other traffic or pedestrians if necessary. Question 22. What does this warning sign signify? A. Steep descent. B. Steep ascent. C. Winding road. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Steep ascent. This sign warns drivers of a steep ascent uphill grade ahead. You may need to shift to a lower gear to maintain power and speed. Question 23. What does this warning sign indicate? A. Steep descent. B. Steep ascent. C. Road dip. D. Tunnel ahead. Answers is A. Steep descent. This sign warns drivers of a steep descent downhill grade ahead. Drivers should select a lower gear to use engine braking and avoid overheating brakes. Question 24. What should you do when you encounter this sign? A. Sound your horn. B. Speed up to pass the area. C. Be alert for children and slow down. D. Expect a school bus stop. Answers is C. Be alert for children and slow down. This sign warns of a children area, typically near schools or playgrounds. Drivers should be extra vigilant, reduce speed, and watch for children who may enter the road unexpectedly. Question 25. What does this sign warn about? A. Road for cyclists. B. Cyclists crossing or entering road. C. No cycling allowed. D. Shared pedestrian and cycle path. Answers is B. Cyclists crossing or entering road. This sign warns drivers of cyclists the roadway. Be prepared for cyclists to merge with traffic or cross your path. Question 26. What should you do before changing lanes? A. Check only your mirror. B. Signal and immediately change. C. Check mirrors, signal and check blind spot. D. Wait for a gap and accelerate quickly. Answers is C. Check mirrors, signal and check blind spot. Before changing lanes, you must check your inside mirrors, signal your intention, and then do a shoulder check, blind spot check to ensure no vehicle is beside you. Question 27. In which situation are you not permitted to pass another vehicle? A. On a multi-lane highway. B. When the vehicle ahead is turning left. C. Approaching a railway crossing. D. On a straight road with no oncoming traffic. Answers is C. Approaching a railway crossing. It is illegal and unsafe to pass another vehicle when approaching a railway crossing, an intersection, a bridge, or a tunnel. Also, when a solid line is present. Question 28. What is the correct procedure for turning right at an intersection? A. Signal just before turning. B. Swing wide to the left first. C. Signal move to right lane, turn into rightmost lane. D. Brake abruptly at the turn point. Answers is C. Signal move to right lane, turn into rightmost lane. To turn right, signal well in advance, move to the rightmost lane, slow down, check for pedestrians and cyclists, and turn into the rightmost lane available. Question 29. What does this sign indicate to drivers? A. Turn left ahead. B. Proceed straight only. C. Road closed ahead. D. One-way traffic. Answers is B. Proceed straight only. This is a mandatory sign, indicating that drivers must proceed straight only. No turns are permitted at this intersection. Question 30. What action is mandatory at this sign? A. Go straight. B. Turn left. C. Turn right. D. U-turn. Answers is C. Turn right. This is a mandatory sign, indicating that drivers must turn right at the upcoming intersection or junction. Straight or left movements are prohibited. Question 31. What does this sign mean for vehicles? A. One-way street. B. Do not enter. C. Yield. D. Restricted parking. Answers is B. Do not enter. This do not enter sign prohibits all traffic from entering the road or ramp where it is displayed. It's often seen at the exit of a one-way street or ramp. Question 32. When must you report a collision to the police? A. Only if there are serious. B. Only if it involves a commercial vehicle. C. If there are or damage over a certain amount. D. Never. Insurance handles it. Answers is C. If there are or damage over a certain amount. In most Canadian provinces, you must report a collision to the police if anyone is injured, or if the total estimated damage to all vehicles and property exceeds a specific amount, e.g., $2,000. Question 33. What does this sign warn of ahead? A. Railway. B. Railway crossing. C. Tram crossing. D. Divided highway ahead. Answers is B. Railway crossing. This sign warns drivers of a railway crossing ahead. Drivers should slow down, look, and listen for trains before proceeding safely. Question 34. What does this sign mean? A. Railway crossing ahead. B. Railway. C. Tunnel entrance. D. Express train only. Answers is A. Railway crossing ahead. This sign warns drivers of a railway crossing ahead. Exercise extreme caution as multiple trains may be present, or a second train may be approaching after one has passed. Question 35. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Road narrows from both sides. B. Road narrows on the left. C. Road widens ahead. D. Lane ends. Answers is A. Road narrows from both sides. This sign warns drivers that the road narrows from both sides ahead. Be prepared to adjust your position and be mindful of oncoming traffic or cyclists. Question 36. What is the primary danger when driving near large trucks? A. Their slower speed. B. Their wide turns. C. Large blind spots and long stopping distances. D. The air turbulence they create. Answers is C. Large blind spots and long stopping distances. Large trucks have significant blind spots on all sides and require much longer distances to stop compared to passenger vehicles. Always give them ample space. Question 37. When are you allowed to pass a stopped school bus with flashing red lights? A. Only if children are not visible. B. Never, in either direction unless divided highway. C. If you are on the opposite side of a road. D. Only if there is a police officer present. Answers is B. Never in either direction unless divided highway. You must stop for a school bus with flashing red lights and extended stop arm, regardless of your direction of travel, unless you are on a divided highway with a physical barrier. Question 38. What does this sign warn of? A. Tunnel ahead. B. Embankment or quayside ahead. C. Falling rocks. D. Bridge closed. Answers is B. Embankment or quayside ahead. This sign warns drivers of an embankment or quayside ahead, meaning the road runs alongside a body of water or a steep drop-off. Exercise caution. Question 39. What does this sign indicate about road conditions? A. Smooth pavement. B. Loose gravel or stone materials. C. Construction zone. D. Falling rocks. Answers is B. Loose gravel or stone materials. This sign warns of loose gravel stone on the road. Drive slower to prevent stones from chipping your windshield or causing a loss of traction. Question 40. What should you do if your turn signal fails? A. Speed up to make the turn quickly. B. Proceed without signaling. C. Use hand signals if legal and safe. D. Abort the turn and find another route. Answers is C. Use hand signals if legal and safe. If your vehicle's turn signal fails, you should use appropriate hand signals to indicate your turns or lane changes, if legal and safe to do so. Get the signal repaired promptly. Question 41. What does this sign mean for drivers? A. No right turn. B. Right turn only. C. Yield to right turners. D. Sharp right curve. Answers is A. No right turn. This sign indicates no right turn. Drivers are prohibited from turning right at the intersection or location where this sign is posted. Question 42. What does this sign indicate? A. Left turn permitted. B. No left turn. C. Two-way left turn lane. D. Merge left. Answers is B. No left turn. This sign indicates no left turn. Drivers are prohibited from turning left at the intersection or location where this sign is posted. Question 43. What is the meaning of this sign? A. End of motorway. B. Beginning of motorway. C. Road for motor vehicles only. D. Divided highway. Answers is B. Beginning of motorway. This sign marks the beginning of a motorway expressway. Specific rules apply, such as minimum speed limits, no pedestrians, no bicycles, and higher speed limits. Question 44. What does this sign indicate? A. End of motorway. B. Beginning of motorway. C. Scenic route. D. Rest stop ahead. Answers is A, end of motorway. This sign indicates the end of motorway expressway. The rules and typical speed limits of a regular road apply beyond this point. Question 45. What is the safe procedure for merging onto a highway? A. Stop at the end of the ramp. B. Accelerate slowly until you merge. C. Match speed of traffic. Signal merge when safe. D. Force your way into a gap. Answers is C. Match speed of traffic. Signal merge when safe. When merging onto a highway, use the acceleration lane to match the speed of highway traffic. Signal your intention and merge when there is a safe gap. Question 46. What is the purpose of rumble strips on the road? A. To provide better tire grip. B. To alert drivers of an upcoming hazard or edge of road. C. To slow down traffic in construction zones. D. To improve drainage on highways. Answers is B. To alert drivers of an upcoming hazard or edge of road. Rumble strips are textured pavement markings designed to create a tactile vibration and audible warning to drivers, alerting them when they drift off the road or approach a stop sign. Question 47. What does this sign mean for drivers? A. Movement of passenger cars only. B. No cars allowed. C. Car wash ahead. D. Parking for cars. Answers is A. Movement of passenger cars only. This mandatory sign typically indicates a specific lane or road section for movement of passenger cars only, or sometimes a passenger car route. Question 48. What does this sign signify? A. Cycle track. B. No bikes allowed. C. Bike rental. D. Pedestrian crossing ahead. Answers is A. Cycle track. This mandatory sign indicates a cycle track or bicycle lane. It is for the exclusive use of bicycles, and motorized vehicles are prohibited. Question 49. What does this sign mean? A. Bicycle path. B. Pedestrian track. C. No pedestrians. D. Crosswalk ahead. Answers is B. Pedestrian track. This mandatory sign indicates a pedestrian track or sidewalk for the exclusive use of pedestrians. Vehicles should not drive or park on it. Question 50. What should you do if an emergency vehicle approaches with sirens and lights? A. Maintain speed and lane. B. Accelerate to get out of the way. C. Safely pull over to the right and stop. D. Pull over to the left shoulder. Answers is C. Safely pull over to the right and stop. When an emergency vehicle with flashing lights or sirens approaches, you must safely pull over to the right edge of the road and stop until the vehicle has passed. On a multi-lane highway, yield to the left if safe. Question 51. What does this sign indicate to drivers? A. Ahead. B. Hump or speed bump ahead. C. Rough road. D. Steep hill. Answers is B. Hump or speed bump ahead. This sign warns of a hump or speed bump ahead. Drivers should slow down significantly to avoid damage to their vehicle or loss of control. Question 52. What does this sign warn you about? A. In the road. B. Uneven pavement. C. Speed bumps. D. Road closed. Answers is A. In the road. This sign warns drivers of in the road ahead. Be prepared to slow down and avoid them if safe, or to prevent tire or suspension damage. Question 53. What is the primary risk of distracted driving? A. Getting lost easily. B. Reaction time and awareness. C. Higher fuel consumption. D. Increased wear and tear on the vehicle. Answers is B. Reaction time and awareness. Distracted driving, such as using a cell phone or eating, significantly reduces a driver's reaction time, awareness of surroundings and ability to make safe decisions, greatly increasing collision risk. Question 54. What does this sign indicate? A. Farm animals crossing. B. Wild animals crossing. C. Zoo entrance. D. Pet control area. Answers is B. Wild animals crossing. This sign warns drivers of wild possibly crossing the road. Drivers should be especially alert, particularly during dawn and dusk, and reduce speed. Question 55. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. Construction ahead. B. Other danger or accident-prone area. C. Service station ahead. D. Road closed. Answers is B. Other danger or accident-prone area. This other danger sign, often accompanied by a supplementary plate, indicates an accident-prone area or a specific hazard not covered by other signs. Drive with extreme caution. Question 56. What is the minimum legal age to obtain a license in Ontario? A. 15 years. B. 16 years. C. 17 years. D. 18 years. Answers is B. 16 years. In Ontario, you must be at least 16 years old to apply for a learner's permit. Other provinces may have slightly different age requirements. Question 57. What does this sign indicate? A. Minimum speed limit. B. Recommended speed. C. Maximum speed limit. D. Speed camera zone. Answers is B. Recommended speed. This sign indicates a recommended speed of 50. It's not a mandatory limit, but suggests a safe speed for conditions. Question 58. What does this sign indicate? A. City limits. B. Beginning of a residential area. C. No access zone. D. Playground ahead. Answers is B. Beginning of a residential area. This sign marks the beginning of a residential area or living zone. Special rules typically apply, such as speed limits and increased caution for pedestrians and children. Question 59. What does this sign mean? A. End of residential area. B. End of speed limit. C. City exit. D. No more children. Answers is A. End of residential area. This sign marks the end of residential area. Normal road rules and speed limits apply beyond this point. Question 60. When driving in dense fog, what lights should you use? A. Headlights. B. Headlights or fog lights. C. Parking lights only. D. No lights at all. Answers is B. Headlights or fog lights. In dense fog, use your headlights or fog lights. High beams will reflect off the fog and worsen visibility, reduce speed and increase following distance. Question 61. What does this warning sign tell drivers? A. Strong headwinds. B. Strong side wind. C. Turbulence ahead. D. Falling objects. Answers is B, strong side wind. This sign warns of side wind ahead, which can be particularly hazardous for vehicles like trucks or vehicles towing trailers. Be prepared to adjust your steering. Question 62. What does this sign warn about? A. Falling trees. B. Falling rocks or debris. C. Landslide area. D. Rocky road. Answers is B. Falling rocks or debris. This sign warns drivers of falling rocks or debris from a hillside. Drive cautiously, be aware of falling material, and avoid stopping in marked danger zones. Question 63. What is the primary rule for at an uncontrolled intersection? A. The vehicle going straight has. B. The vehicle turning left has. C. Vehicle on the right has. D. The fastest vehicle has. Answers is C. Vehicle on the right has. At an uncontrolled intersection, no signs or signals. The driver who arrives first has the. If two vehicles arrive at the same time, the vehicle on the right has the. Question 64. What does this sign indicate? A. Authorized vehicles only. B. No entry for all vehicles. C. One-way traffic. D. Road closed temporarily. Answers is B. No entry for all vehicles. This sign, a red circle with a white bar, means no entry for all vehicles, movement prohibited. It forbids entry to all traffic in that direction. Question 65. What does this sign indicate? A. No entry for motor vehicles. B. Motorcycles only. C. Vehicles must slow down. D. No parking for cars. Answers is A. No entry for motor vehicles. This sign prohibits the entry for motor vehicles except motorcycles, usually. It often indicates a road for pedestrians, cyclists, or public transport. Question 66. What does this sign indicate for specific vehicles? A. Trailers only. B. No entry for vehicles with trailer. C. Trailers must turn right. D. Parking for trailers. Answers is B. No entry for vehicles with trailer. This sign means no entry for vehicles with trailer. It restricts vehicles pulling a trailer from entering the road or area beyond the sign. Question 67. What is the maximum penalty for distracted driving in many Canadian provinces? A. A warning ticket. B. Significant fines and demerit points. C. Short jail sentence only. D. Mandatory driving course. Answers is B. Significant fines and demerit points. Distracted driving severe, including substantial fines, often thousands of dollars, multiple demerit points, and potential license suspension, especially for repeat offences. Question 68. What does this sign typically mean regarding traffic flow? A. Road for motor vehicles only. B. No motor vehicles. C. Motorway ahead. D. Carpool lane. Answers is A. Road for motor vehicles only. This sign indicates a road for motor vehicles only. Pedestrians, cyclists, and vehicles are typically not permitted on such roads. Question 69. What does this sign mark? A. End of road for motor vehicles. B. Start of road for motor vehicles. C. Speed limit ends. D. Traffic resumes normally. Answers is A. End of road for motor vehicles. This sign marks the end of road for motor vehicles. After this point, other road users like pedestrians and cyclists may be present, and different rules apply. Question 70. When encountering a steady red traffic light, what must you do? A. Stop, then proceed if clear. B. Stop completely before intersection. C. Turn right after stopping only. D. Slow down and proceed with caution. Answers is B. Stop completely before intersection. A steady red traffic light means you must come to a complete stop before the stop line or crosswalk, and remain stopped until the light turns green. Right turns on red may be permitted after a full stop if safe and not prohibited by sign. Question 71. What is the purpose of this sign? A. Distance to speed camera. B. Distance to object ahead. C. Speed limit for next 300 meters. D. No stopping for 300 meters. Answers is B. Distance to object ahead. This supplementary plate indicates the distance to object e.g., a hazard, intersection, or regulatory sign which the main sign refers to. In this case, 300 meters straight ahead. Question 72. What does this sign mean when paired with another sign? A. No left turn. B. Yield from the left. C. Direction of application left. D. Left lane ends. Answers is C. Direction of application left. This supplementary plate indicates the direction of application of the main sign, in this case applying to the left. For example, no parking to the left. Question 73. What does this sign convey about parking? A. Parallel parking to curb. B. Perpendicular parking. C. Diagonal parking. D. Parking on sidewalk. Answers is A. Parallel parking to curb. This supplementary plate indicates the method of parking. In this instance, that vehicles must park parallel to the edge of the carriageway curb. Question 74. What is the function of this sign? A. End of priority road. B. Direction of the priority road. C. Merge into traffic. D. Main road ahead. Answers is B. Direction of the priority road. This supplementary plate is typically used with give way or stop signs to show the direction of the priority road at an intersection, helping drivers understand. Question 75. What does this warning sign tell you? A. Airport ahead. B. Low-flying aircraft. C. Air traffic control. D. Emergency landing strip. Answers is B. Low-flying aircraft. This sign warns drivers of low-flying aircraft activity, often near airports or airfields. It indicates potential for aircraft noise or overhead presence. Question 76. What does this sign indicate for parking? A. No parking on days. B. No parking on days. C. Parking only on odd days. D. Restricted parking hours. Answers is A. No parking on days. This sign means no parking on days of the month e.g. It's a common regulation to facilitate street cleaning or snow removal. Question 77. What does this sign mean for parking? A. No parking on days. B. No parking on days. C. Parking only on even days. D. Parking valid 24 hours. Answers is B. No parking on days. This sign means no parking on days of the month e.g. It's a common regulation for street maintenance. Question 78. What does this sign warn you about? A. Traffic light ahead. B. Pedestrian crossing. C. Stop sign ahead. D. Railway crossing. Answers is A. Traffic light ahead. This sign warns drivers of a traffic light ahead. Drivers should be prepared to slow down and stop if the light is red or amber. Question 79. What is the purpose of this sign? A. Keep left. B. Pass obstacle on the right. C. Merge right. D. Right turn only. Answers is B. Pass obstacle on the right. This mandatory sign indicates drivers must pass obstacle on the right. It is used to guide traffic around physical obstructions in the road. Question 80. What does this sign instruct drivers to do? A. Pass obstacle on the left. B. Keep right. C. Left turn only. D. Merge left. Answers is A. Pass obstacle on the left. This mandatory sign indicates drivers must pass obstacle on the left. It guides traffic around obstructions in the road, forcing them to the left. Question 81. What should you do if your brakes suddenly fail? A. Close your eyes and hope for the best. B. Immediately open the car door. C. Pump brakes, shift to lower gear, use parking brake. D. Turn off the engine. Answers is C. Pump brakes, shift to lower gear, use parking brake. If your brakes fail, pump the brake pedal hard and fast. If that fails, shift to a lower gear to use engine braking. Gradually apply the parking brake handbrake while holding the release button to avoid locking the wheels. Question 82. What does this sign warn about? A. Road closed. B. Traffic congestion ahead. C. Stop sign ahead. D. Road work. Answers is B. Traffic congestion ahead. This sign warns drivers of traffic congestion ahead. Be prepared to slow down, stop, and maintain a safe following distance. Question 83. What does a solid double yellow line in the center of the road mean? A. Passing is permitted from both directions. B. No passing from either direction. C. Lane ends ahead. D. Only turn left from here. Answers is B. No passing from either direction. Solid double yellow lines mean that passing is prohibited for traffic in both directions. You must stay in your lane. Question 84. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. Priority road. B. End of priority road. C. Yield to oncoming traffic. D. No stopping. Answers is A. Priority road. This sign indicates that you are on a priority road. Traffic on this road has the over traffic entering from side roads unless otherwise marked. Question 85. What does this sign mean for priority? A. Start of priority road. B. End of priority road. C. Yield to cross traffic. D. Main road ahead. Answers is B. End of priority road. This sign indicates the end of priority road. Beyond this point, you no longer automatically have the and must observe other signs and rules. Question 86. When should you use your vehicle's hazard warning lights? A. When parking illegally. B. When stopped on road due to emergency or hazard. C. When driving in light rain. D. When driving too slowly. Answers is B. When stopped on road due to emergency or hazard. Hazard warning lights flashers should be used when your vehicle is stopped or moving very slowly on the road due to a breakdown, emergency, or other hazardous conditions to alert other drivers. Question 87. What does this sign indicate for road conditions? A. Change of road surface. B. New pavement. C. Road closed for resurfacing. D. Loose gravel. Answers is A. Change of road surface. This sign warns drivers of a change of road surface ahead, such as from pavement to gravel or a rougher section. Adjust speed and driving technique accordingly. Question 88. What does this sign indicate? A. Pedestrian crossing ahead. B. Pedestrian tunnel. C. Children playing. D. School zone. Answers is A. Pedestrian crossing ahead. This sign informs drivers that a pedestrian crossing is ahead. Be prepared to slow down or stop for pedestrians using the crosswalk. Question 89. What does this sign warn about? A. Road shoulder closed. B. Dangerous hard shoulder. C. Emergency stopping lane. D. Soft shoulder. Answers is B. Dangerous hard shoulder. This sign warns of a dangerous hard shoulder. It indicates that the shoulder may be uneven, narrow, or otherwise unsafe for travel or stopping. Question 90. What is the primary purpose of defensive driving? A. To get to your destination faster. B. To anticipate hazards and avoid collisions. C. To always have the. D. To aggressively assert your position. Answers is B. To anticipate hazards and avoid collisions. Defensive driving is about anticipating potential hazards, being aware of your surroundings, and taking proactive steps to avoid collisions, regardless of the actions of other drivers. Question 91. What does this sign indicate about traffic direction? A. Right turn only. B. Exit onto a one-way road to the right. C. Road closed on right. D. Two-way traffic on right. Answers is B. Exit onto a one-way road to the right. This sign warns that you are approaching an exit onto a one-way road where traffic flows to the right. Be prepared to turn right into the one-way flow. Question 92. What is by this sign? A. Road with a lane for public transport. B. Bus stop ahead. C. Bus only lane ends. D. Lane ahead. Answers is A. Road with a lane for public transport. This sign indicates a road with a lane for public transport vehicles, e.g., buses or streetcars. Other vehicles typically cannot use this dedicated lane. Question 93. What does this sign tell you about the road? A. One-way street. B. Reversible lane road. C. Lane closes ahead. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Reversible lane road. This sign indicates a reversible lane road, meaning that one or more lanes are for traffic moving in one direction during certain times and in the opposite direction at other times. Observe overhead signals. Question 94. What does this sign mean? A. End of reversible lane road. B. Start of reversible lane road. C. Two-way traffic ahead. D. Lane closure. Answers is A. End of reversible lane road. This sign indicates the end of reversible lane road. Traffic flow returns to normal and dedicated reversible lanes no longer apply. Question 95. What does this sign indicate about traffic conditions? A. Road work ahead. B. Road traffic accident concentration area. C. Emergency stop area. D. High collision rate. Answers is B, road traffic accident concentration area. This warning sign indicates a road traffic accident concentration area, meaning this section of road has a history of many collisions. Drive with increased caution. Question 96. What does this service sign indicate? A. Hospital ahead. B. First aid post. C. Emergency vehicle parking. D. Pharmacy. Answers is B. First aid post. This sign indicates a first aid post is available. It's a service sign informing drivers of medical assistance nearby. Question 97. What does this sign indicate to drivers? A. Hospital ahead. B. Doctor on call. C. Emergency room. D. Medical center. Answers is A. Hospital ahead. This sign indicates a hospital is nearby. It's a service sign alerting drivers to the presence of a medical facility. Question 98. What does this sign mean for vehicle maintenance? A. Car repair shop. B. Tire service. C. Gas station. D. Vehicle inspection. Answers is B. Tire service. This service sign indicates a tire service tire fitting or repair is available nearby, useful for drivers needing tire assistance. Question 99. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. No U-turn. B. Place for U-turn. C. Turn around area. D. End of road. Answers is B. Place for U-turn. This information sign indicates a place for. It designates an area where U-turns are permitted and often safe to execute. Question 100. What does this sign indicate about U-turns? A. No U-turns allowed. B. U-turn zone. C. Turn right only. D. Sharp curve ahead. Answers is B. U-turn zone. This information sign indicates a zone, signifying an area where U-turns are specifically permitted for a certain distance or area.